I think, one of the things with governance is we all talk about security, but we don't talk about insecurity enough. For me, it's about baselines and data. When you look at things like the, Viva now being included in Copilot Analytics, we see a real demand for more data, understanding how many people are creating and modifying Excel documents is one layer, but then how many people are taking those and doing, formatting, who are doing data analysis, who are doing different layers of activities. Having data and being able to action it, or insights and being able to action it, is the most underutilized aspect and the most important part of governance today.
Very often, your default tenant link behavior is going to break inheritance and you're sharing everywhere. So making sure that you look at the traditional structures and really be thoughtful about who should have access to what and why is important. But it's really important to follow all those better practices that we've been talking about for years.
Governance in the form of permissions on content, I think, is probably the topic of the day. Microsoft is cranking out new tools all the time to help you understand, are you oversharing? Are you undersharing? Do you have external access on content that you shouldn't, etc.?
Governance for me in some ways is control. You need to have control over your M365 environment. Knows who are the owners, knows who are the editors, knows who has permission to do the different things. So for me, governance is equal control.
When and how to share, with whom to share, and also for me it's like the labeling and all this metadata as I'm like in the internet business.
Well, the big issue in Microsoft 365 governance is making sure that we've got secure tenants. The fact that we've still got nearly 50% of Microsoft 365 accounts logging on without multi-factor authentication is just a disgrace.
Stale data. We've been accumulating so many sites, so much data in our tenant, and when you ask Copilot a question, Copilot will look at all the data in your tenant you have access to. If 80% of it is old and irrelevant, you have an 80% chance that Copilot will give you an old and irrelevant answer. So it's not only good for your storage cost, but also for the quality of the Copilot answers you get back for you to get rid of old and stale data.